Okay everyone, well welcome to Mastering Strategic Leadership. In this unit we're going to cover a lot of the topics that we covered when we were all together last year, but this module is really about rounding it out and giving you an understanding of the entire terrain of a start to finish strategic analysis. And to do that we'll be doing two things. We'll be looking at your organisation because that's what your assignments are going to be based on, but we've also got a case study of an engineering firm called EES, a fictitious one, as well as little mini case studies to try and illustrate the principles. Now, what we are learning in this is going to be sort of like a painting by numbers kind of thing. Below this link, you'll see a link off to a strategy paper by Ben Evans. And that's what a strategy paper in real life looks like. It doesn't go through a lot of the tools, but it does cover all the terrain that we're going to be covering in our discussion. So we're just starting off by giving you a basic end-to-end process that you can start, and over time you can change that and adapt that to what you need. Now there's a couple of things we're also going to talk about in this unit which are really, really important. One of them is mode. Okay, one mode is analysis mode, another mode is solution mode. It's really important when you're doing strategic thinking to keep a separation there, particularly understanding the problem and just going through it in analysis mode until you've got that sorted out, and then you can switch hats and get into creative solution mode. The second type of thing I'm going to be talking about is a thinking type. We're going to be talking about two types of thinking. One of them is called divergent thinking and one of them is called convergent thinking. Divergent thinking is like opening up the bonnet of a car and taking all the pieces out and laying everything out on a tarpaulin in the garage and going through and inspecting each piece and just getting an idea. So divergent thinking is about just opening the box out, thinking big and just scattering everything around just to get a good big broad picture. Convergent thinking is when we've got to start tidying that up and getting it into some shape where we can use it again. That's where you're really packing up those parts and getting them back into the car. All right, now to finish up, we're going to be doing two assignments in this unit. The first assignment is going to be just an individual assignment that you're going to do on your own organisation, and really this is just designed as a check-in, just to see if you're okay with how we're going. And really we're just looking at, totally in analysis mode, what are the big strategic problems facing your organisation, and I want you to pick out one of them that feels like the big one that you've really got to address first. That's 1,500 words. You don't have to write 1,500 words. I normally just give 1,500 words there because one of the hardest things when you're getting into the strategic world is actually learning how to condense text and leave stuff out. That's the most important stuff, particularly if you're going on for an MBA. The second assignment is going to be an end-to-end look at your organisation. Here's the problem. This is what we've analysed. Here are some options. This is what I reckon we should do, and this is why, and this is roughly how we might implement it. And at the end I'll cover off a little bit of stuff that talks about what happens if we come up with an overall strategy, and each year we're looking to approve a number of projects under that strategy. All right, so anyway, we start. I'll get together with you, but most of the learning here is going to be self-directed. So I'm going to put slide decks up, but I'm also going to make videos of them as well. So it'll be covering the materials that are in the slide, but also just giving a bit of sort of colour on them as well. All right, well anyway, let's get started.